Okay, welcome to this short demonstration video on how to use the parent-teacher meeting booking website. Okay, so your child will have gotten an email with the link to this web page that you're looking at right now. And the only bookable service at the moment is a 5-minute parent-teacher meeting team with your subject teachers for your child. Okay, so for 3rd and 6th year, it's the same booking, and LCA2 as well. Actually, I'll update this for LCA2. So the first thing you're going to pick on the page is select your staff. It says optional here, but you have to pick your staff. So let's just, for instance, I pick Karen Murphy. Okay, so your son or daughter has Karen Murphy as their teacher. The only date available is December 8th. Okay, so the calendar is blocked specifically for that. And the start time is 4:15, and the finish time is 4:45. So there's 5-minute slots between 4:15 and 4:45. So 18:40, 6:40 is the last 5-minute slot. So you just pick that slot. So whatever is free as the booking goes, these will disappear as other students are booked with Miss Murphy. So you pick that. Now to put in the details for the name. So let's say if it's a 3rd year student, it's Joe Blogs. Okay. And then the email would be CFA, and let's say 3rd year students are typically 19.joe. So it's your own students, or your child, sorry, .joe.blogs@corketb.ie. Okay, now I'm just going to change that teacher to me because this will send me an email because I'm actually testing it. So I will say, so you pick a time. That's actually incorrect, but anyway, 5:20 we'll say, right? So you put your student's name here, okay, and the student email here. Address and phone number are optional. If you want to add any special notes, they'll just appear in the booking thing on the calendar, on the actual appointment on the calendar. So then you just hit book, okay, and it'll just take a minute to book it out. And once you've booked one meeting with one of your teachers, they will receive an email. It'll be put into their Teams calendar, and your child will receive an email, and also on their Teams app, which is a shared calendar with your Outlook. There you go. You can reschedule, or you can cancel, or you can do a new booking. So if you're booking for your child, so a 6th year of 7, we'll say, subjects you want to book 7 times, so that's it. Okay, so I'll receive the email, so will your student, and a Teams meeting will generate on both of our calendars. So just a few more pointers, and then you just do new booking, and it goes back to the start, and you select your different class teacher, you select the date, and you select the time then. So that you do that 7 times, and just make a note of it each time possibly. Okay, so name and email, student's email always. Okay, and I'll go through that for the leaving certs and 3rd years now, the slight differences there. And you can leave the address and phone number there, they're fine, they're optional. Okay, you can put in your own phone number in case there's an issue, but typically you just need to put in name and email. Okay, that's all you really need to put in, your student's name and the student email. Okay, just a few guidelines now to finish, right? If you have children in both 3rd and 6th year, please use the 3rd year's email address for all bookings, and I'll explain that in a minute. No, you don't have to, but it'll make sense to be on the one device for the whole evening. Okay, use your 6th year's name for the name field in their bookings then. So this is in the case of if you have a 6th year student, but you also have a 3rd year student, they will have an iPad, and your 6th year student typically will not. So if you go by your student's iPad, they have Teams installed, they'll be logged in, all that kind of stuff. It might be easier just on one device for both your children to do the meetings for both. So then you just put your 6th year's name, but the meeting goes into your 3rd year's account and calendar, and you'll be sitting at the iPad anyway. So when you come face to face with teacher, they'll know who you have, and they'll know who's it for, and that kind of stuff. Please have a device, obviously, with Microsoft Teams installed, open, and logged into your child's school account, ready for the PTM. So on, from 4:15 on, just be ready and logged in. Your child might help you. Your child should be there anyway with you for the meeting. So but if they're not, just make sure they leave it ready for you. Okay, so the kind of default situation here for 3rd years anyway will be your child's iPad, because they will already be signed in. They use Teams regularly, so it's already signed in, and it should be up and going. And all the meetings, notifications for the meetings should just pop up straight away as you run through the evening. Okay, if you don't have an iPad, you can use a phone, your own phone, or your 6th year's phone if they're with you. Okay, with Teams installed and logged in. Sorry for the bell. and you can just make sure it's logged in with the your 6th year child's account, and the account that was booked with, basically. That's if you don't have a 3rd year, okay, or maybe another 2nd year, or even 1st year who has an iPad as well. You could use that if you had a 1st year and a 6th year. The child with the iPad would be the easiest default way to do it, and we just use their name for the 6th years then. And the other alternative would be a laptop with a desktop version of Microsoft Teams installed and logged in. That would be for your 6th years as well. Okay, you could do it for for either 3rd or 6th, but typically the iPad might be the easiest and most straightforward to go there. You can just Google install Microsoft Teams. I can actually show you there. So if I just do this, install Microsoft Teams. Okay, Microsoft Teams. Install Microsoft Teams, and yeah, there, Microsoft Teams download. That'd be the quickest way to get that. Okay, yeah, you agree with there, and you can follow the links there, free download. The Microsoft website probably has it as a Microsoft Teams, and there you go. Okay, so just if you have a laptop at home, and all you have to do then is you can log in on the browser, but I think a desktop version of the app would be better. Okay, so that's it. I hope that was helpful for you. You can pause, your video on the screen just to make sure you're all up and running. If there's any questions, you can make contact to the school about it before the night. But hopefully that should be helpful to you. Thanks very much. Bye bye.